Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm your co-host, Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon, and we match today.
We do match. I'm surprised you noticed that.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times that happens, and we're not planning it.
No.
We're not planning at all. But this is the third live program that we've had this morning. We had two different special editions, one of them that we'll be talking about more on this program today, and the other we'll save for tomorrow, although they're out there if you want to go ahead and watch them as they stand now.
Right. And they're both on our Litter Media YouTubes right now.
Yeah, sure.
If you want to go ahead and go watch.
Let's take a look at the weather forecast for today. We're looking for sunshine with a high of 84. The humidity will probably make it even feel warmer as it did yesterday.
Right.
It's kind of like when you go out there, you can just...
The air's thick.
Yeah. Almost like soup. Tomorrow, we're talking about rain moving in. Some of the discussion from some of the talking heads in weather have been showers, not just showers and thunderstorms, but the possibility of some severe weather. I think they're getting that out there in the Midwest, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, some of those states today. Some of that could come into our area tomorrow, and maybe even Wednesday night, early Thursday. I hate that when all the bad weather hits in the dark. You can't see what's going on out there. So just keep your TVs and your radios tuned to the channels that deal with weather. And whenever we have issues like that in our area, we always try to put bulletins, alerts, and things like that out on our Litter X, as we say, beneficial news that you can use.
Yes.
And I was just... Great minds think alike, and we were thinking the same thing at the same time. We'll get to our topics for the day, all that coming up next here on Litter Media Live.
But first, we're going to tell you about Haines Total Healthcare Center. They're celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it'll take you right to their website to learn more. HainesTotalHealth.com.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
Visit ChillicotheOhio.com for the Ross County Convention and Visitors Bureau. The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365. 988. Save the number, save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, created in the memory of Brian Beansbutt, call 740-703-0611 or email jimbutt at jbutt6355@gmail.com.
And we were talking about the 988 number earlier this morning on one of our special editions with the Paint Valley Adam H. Board. But prior to them coming in, we had another special edition this morning, and that was with Pickaway County Library Director Drew Wichterman and Andrea Green, as Andrea talked about the summer programs for the Pickaway County community.
We're bringing people to the library, and we're also bringing our programs throughout Pickaway County. So we know that there's a lot of people who don't live close to a library location. So we're going out into a lot of our parks and different community centers so that we can get the library programs out to more people. And everything is free to people who come to these programs. So, and they're educational, they're hands-on, they're kids being able to touch and hold animals and learn about the animals in their backyard, and learn about how to use the library, things like that. And they're actually getting to interact with the presenters, with each other in a way that they can't do on the internet.
And one of the things that Andrea talked about, it does kind of, got to be careful how you hold it.
Yeah.
This brochure that they have in Pickaway County has all of the schedules of the summer programs that Pickaway County Library has, as well as programs that the library teams up with other local groups. So if you're in Circleville or other Pickaway County communities and you see that, take one because they're free.
Yeah. Come to Lancaster's downtown this Thursday and join Fairfield County Job and Family Services for a night of free family fun.
And you know what I say about free.
Free is me.
It's me. You got it. Staying up in Fairfield County for our next couple of stories. Actually, this is Pickaway County, but
Yes,
Fairfield County has a tie-in at the end of this that Aaron will tell you about. Andy Bull, Health Commissioner, and Hannah Montgomery, Director of Environmental Health, represented the Pickaway County Public Health at the Ohio EPA Mosquito Control Grant announcement in Columbus last week. And this is to receive the grant award for mosquito surveillance for the 24 season. A grant of $25,000 for mosquito control activities was presented to Pickaway County.
And the Fairfield County Health Department practices an integrated pest management approach to mosquito control, which includes trapping adults to identify problem areas and testing for West Nile virus, treating standard water with larvicide, draining breeding sites when possible, and spraying to kill adult mosquitoes when needed. Fairfield County Health Department sprays an EPA-certified product to kill adult mosquitoes from an Fairfield County Health Department marked vehicle during dusk hours. In the case of rain or high winds, the spraying will be rescheduled for next week.
And as you can see on the image that we have on our screen right now, tomorrow, Wednesday the 22nd, they're in Carroll, Sugar Grove, and Millersport.
Yes.
I'm blocked by the camera. And then, Aaron, what's on the 23rd?
Baltimore and Pleasantville.
Okay, all of that in Fairfield County.
What do mosquitoes good for?
You know, I looked that up not too long ago. I know I was looking up what are bats good for. Bats eat mosquitoes.
Right.
Problem is sometimes the mosquitoes are diseased and the bats get sick. But mosquitoes, I don't know. It seems like there's some obscure good that they do for the ecosystem. I just can't remember what it is off the top of my head. It's like a fly. What's a fly? Well, a fly does have a purpose, but yeah. We'll look that up, and maybe we'll share that with you tomorrow.
Okay.
We're going to stay in Fairfield County for this story, and it also deals with the Fairfield County Health Department. Health aging grant funds are currently available for low and moderate income Fairfield County homeowners who are 60 years of age or older that have failing septic systems in their properties. These funds can pay to repair or replace an existing system or to connect a public sewer or two sewers if available. Now, the information that you can get through the health department can be found by calling them at 652-2800, and when the voice tree comes on, go for option 3 and tell them that, hey, I heard this on Litter Media and I want to find out more about getting a septic system replaced in my yard, but this is for those age 60 and older.
The 40 and 8 fish stand will open for the season this Friday at 11 a.m. The stand is near the south entrance to Yoctangee Park.
Have you ever been to the 40 and 8?
I think so.
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Many years ago, it was just kind of like a wooden shed, shack, but they built a reinforced building, concrete and all that, so it's a permanent structure now. But
nice.
They serve a lot of fish there during the summer months. Something that we touched on probably about a month ago, and we're just kind of throwing this out there as a reminder because it's coming up this weekend. If you're interested in volunteering at the Adena Mansion and Gardens concerning working in their outdoor gardens, give them a call at 772-1500. They have kind of like a here's what we need type meeting coming up this Sunday. Again, if you're interested in volunteering to do that, give Adena Mansion and Gardens a call, 772-1500.
And our road report takes us to Pike County today. Work is underway for a resurfacing project on State Route 32 between the Adams County line and Goff Road, and between Beaver Creek Road and Tinninson Road. At least one lane will be maintained for the duration of the project, and the estimated completion is summer 2024.
Tennyson. You've
That's
heard
what
of
I
that.
said.
Tennyson was an author, wasn't he? English?
Maybe.
I think it's spelled the same way, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
A lot of resurfacing projects.
Is that time of year. In fact, I had a question. This is one of the road reports that we've had in recent weeks, the repaving between Route 138 and the Fayette County line on US 35. Yesterday, I bumped into one of the ODOT workers, and somebody said, is that all they're going to do? Because the surface is kind of rough.
Right.
Yes, the project's done. Because what it is, they have mixed asphalt with concrete, which is not something you usually do, but it's intended to be just kind of a temporary fix for when they maybe resurface within the next year or so. So you run over that, yeah, it's done. That's the way it's going to be for the summer months. A lot to say in high school sports, and an update on what's happening in the big leagues, and a new head coach for the boys basketball program at McClain in Greenfield. All that coming up on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor for more than 4 decades, serving not only our area now, but they've spread their wings. They're over in western Ohio, eastern Ohio, up in the Columbus area, a number of building projects that are using them as heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor, but they haven't forgot folks like you and me. They also still work with the residential. If you have a need, give them a call at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Well, if you didn't get that cleanup project done during the fall months, now you can do spring cleanup. I've seen a lot of yard sales going on in our community here of late.
Yeah.
And there's just some things that aren't going to sell.
No.
Well, that's where you need Scioto Valley Dumpsters to bring one of their big orange dumpsters in to get rid of some of that stuff. Give them a call for a free estimate at 253-8389. Tell them Dan, Mike, and Aaron sent you. And now let's take a look at sports. High school baseball tournament action last night. In Division II, Washington and Jackson advanced to the district championship today at Ohio University. Washington got through with a 8-1 win over Fairfield Union, and Jackson, this thing was crazy. Jackson went up, Athens passed them, went ahead 7-3, and then Jackson exploded, I think, for like 11 runs over the last 2 innings. 15-7, so Washington Courthouse and Jackson play at OU today for the D2 District Championship. In the Central District game, Bloom Carroll saw their season come to an end. They blew a 5-1 lead and lost to Jonathan Alder 6-5. The D4 District Championships were held at VA Memorial Stadium yesterday. Fairfield, what a season they've had. They clobbered Southern 11-1. Eastern Meigs blanked South Webster 5-0. And in the D4 District Baseball semis for the Central District, Fairfield Christian rallied to beat Elgin by a score of 8-7. D3 baseball is going on today at VA Memorial Stadium with the first game at 4 o'clock.
Jonathan Alder makes it sound like it's just one guy playing all the positions like Bugs Bunny.
John Alder, yeah.
McClain boys basketball has a new coach in former McClain girls coach, Jarrod Haines.
Yes, sir. He gets the tab. We were talking with the Greenfield school superintendent here just a few weeks ago, and she told us that they were in the process of looking for a new coach, and they go with a familiar face in Jarrod Haines. So, Jarrod, congratulations on that, and best of luck in the Tigers boys basketball program.
How's the girls' team been in recent years?
Well, I don't know that he coached last year. Maybe he did. Not typical of McClain girls as far as success. They did not win the league. The boys last won the league title under Coach Joby Stewart, who now is at Fayetteville. So, but guys of McClain, you got a new head coach. Cleveland Guardians opened up their series with the New York Mets yesterday afternoon. That was a 3-1 win for the Guards. They've won 4 in a row and 11 of their last 16. The Reds were off last night. They open a series at home today against the San Diego Padres. And the Reds are like 9 games under 500, and they better get it turned around.
They stink.
In a hurry. And the Eastern Conference Finals of the NBA open tonight with Boston hosting the Indiana Pacers. Celtics, I think, had the best record in the NBA, so they get the home field or the home court advantage throughout the entire playoffs. We're going back to 1932, Aaron, when we come back on this date in history on Litter Media Live.
And something happened with the Ocean Blue. No one sailed it.
Kind of, right.
Right.
They kind of sailed over it.
Right. First, we're going to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, custom tank colors and wraps. Find out how propane tank can be beautiful at litterpropane.com.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
I'm a busy woman, and I'm not ready to slow down.
Tiffany's hip pain was interfering with her career and active lifestyle until she came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
Dr. Meshbach told me about same-day surgery. I said, I want it now, and I wanted it yesterday.
After a successful procedure, Tiffany was home the very same day and on her way back to enjoying the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
This date in history takes us back to 1932, and it's directly related to what we talked about yesterday.
Yes, because Dan Ramey had a question.
Yes.
And so this is the answer.
In 1932, 5 years to the day that American aviator Charles Lindbergh became the first pilot to accomplish a solo, nonstop flight across the Atlantic Ocean, female aviator Amelia Earhart becomes the first pilot to repeat the feat, landing her plane in Ireland after flying across the North Atlantic. Earhart traveled 2,000 miles from Newfoundland in just under 15 hours.
And what I was alluding to yesterday, it's 5 years later, I think it's 1937, where she flies in an attempt to fly around the globe. But then she disappeared, and to this day, we don't know for sure whatever happened to her.
Aliens.
Or whatever. Wiley Post, I think, might have been flying with her, and they both disappeared. There was a lot of speculation that they crash landed on a Pacific island, and Japanese military captured her and kept her. But that was before we were fighting against Japan.
Right.
But Japan was fighting in China at that time. I think that started up in 1933 or 34. So by 37, there was some unrest in the Pacific. It just didn't involve us directly. So there's Amelia Earhart on this date in 1932. Tomorrow's midweek already.
Yeah, it is.
What are you going to do with your... Oh, you got an assignment this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I'm going to the Meigs house up at the VA, historical house. Going to put together a video tour that you can watch on Litter Media YouTube.
Yeah, for those of you that think, well, Meigs house, where in the world is that? If you've been to the golf course, you've seen the house and maybe didn't even know what it was. So that's hopefully what Aaron's video production with Mary Meigs, who will take the tour with Aaron, will tell you more about it. Until that time, we have a special edition of Litter Media Live tomorrow morning at about 10 o'clock, where we'll be talking with two troopers of the Ohio Highway Patrol. So, Aaron, if you have any outstanding warrants or anything, you might want to lay low.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Well, don't keep them waiting because they may give you a ticket.
Right.
There's a lot of things going on. Of course, the recent Ticket and Click It, Memorial Day travel this weekend, and summer travel, which is one of the busiest travel times of the year. That's kind of what they'll be talking to us about when we are joined by the Highway Patrol tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock and our daily program at about 11. So until that time, for Aaron Glandon, this is Mike Smith, and for Dan Ramey, who's on assignment over the next couple of days, have a good one, everyone, from all of us at Litter Media Live.